issue, and I'm very much against such behavior. Everyone has a right to express their opinion. As long as it's expressed in decent language, we should continue. And I'm not being political or politically correct about this. This is the way it should be. You know, there is a lot of hate in this world.
I think political correctness is the means of censoring people.
Yeah.
If you can't talk about bad ideas, then how can you correct, or how can you lovingly correct anyone? Or if you can't speak the words that criminals say,
Yeah.
how can you combat those arguments?
Yes, yes. But do you think there is a lot of hatred pumped from some Christian missionaries against Muslims? If we do a comparison, for example, we don't have any major Muslim figures in the world who actually pump hate against Christians. Okay.
I would argue that it's scriptural, that dislike of Christians or a lower hierarchy.
No, that's, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is quite
Disagreement on religion and expressing that disagreement is one thing,
Yeah.
but taking that disagreement to a step further and start calling on people to hate.
I've never heard a missionary call anybody to hate.
Do you watch David Wood?
I do.
Okay, have you never
I've
got that
never heard
impression?
him say hate.
No. Of
Honestly,
course,
no.
you don't spread hate by saying I am here to spread hate. How you spread hate is the way extremists, for example, the language they use. Okay, hate can be seen in the language. Okay, their words.
Can I answer
Okay.
your question? So your question was, have I seen any missionaries spreading hate? Did you mean specifically in the park?
No,
Just
globally.
in general?
Globally,
Okay, so
this is a question I'm concerned
I
about.
would say that people like the Southern Baptist, I can't remember the name of it. There's a church in America, God Hates Fags, that kind of movement.
Yeah, that's hate speech.
So that
Yeah.
I could say,
Yeah.
I've heard Christians.
Yeah, there's more
calling
extreme
hate.
stuff.
But
Yeah.
David Wood, I would suggest that if you can give Hadith references and Quran references, that doesn't always mean you're coming from a loving place, but academically he's correct in his referencing. So he always shows the Hadith, whereas other people may just allude to certain things and as we all know, that kind of language.
Right.
But
So
I would suggest that
this
real
is-
Christians would be potentially hateful towards an ideology that calls for them to be hated, but not the people. And that's my distinction, because Muslims to me are God desires them to come to him. He doesn't want harm
To be
for them.
pushed away. Yes, I agree with you there. But when it comes to quoting hadith, for example,
Yep.
you gave an example. Academics, when they quote hadith on the same topic, they don't come up with the same conclusions, right? And then we have non-academics quoting academics
Yep.
and their books out of context,
Yep.
completely ignoring the conclusions and the findings of those given academics. For example, quoting a hadith from Bukhari is not necessarily academia,
Well, not
or it's not an academic exercise. What
for
academic?
Shias, certainly.
No. Let's who is an academic on Islamic matters?
David Wood is.
No.
He's a
He's
PhD.
Philosophy,
Yeah.
not
so-
Islam,
so
not
the
Islam.
philosophy of religion is a recognised academic practice. And subject.
It is. But having a PhD doesn't make you
No.
an academic, a recognized, acknowledged, peer-reviewed academic, someone who is
I don't
taken
know
seriously.
enough about
Yeah.
to know that.
You see, for example, on Islam, who are we talking about? Academics, okay, in the Western world, okay, people who are not Muslims and they don't get paid by Saudi Arabia or Israel or any other hidden entity for that matter. These academics are purely interested in studying religions
Yep.
and putting them out as they see them in the cultural milieu, right?
Yeah.
For example,
Although I would
there is a book
mention
written.
that Islam doesn't consider itself a part of a cultural milieu in as such as secular. Like, I know that you're not Shia, but places like Iran, where the government is also tied into that, so it's run by imams who are then obviously biased in favour of one. They don't accept.
I can't
cultural
speak. I can't speak for the
divergence.
Shia. Shia are
Even in
Yeah.
Sunni-run countries,
Yeah.
you would expect it in a Christian-run country that even though you can be accepting of other people, if you are a part of a regime that or a religion that advocates people to worship in private at home and have no outward display of their own different to the state religion,
Yeah.
then you couldn't really class it as a cultural milieu because just again, Iran's in the news. In the 70s, for example, the radical change in the society and the culture as a result of a more adherent stance towards their version of Islam.
Did you know in Iran Christians have more freedom than the Sunnis do? Did you have any idea about that?
I didn't, but I can accept that Shia and Sunni do not get on.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
Christians and Jews and Zoroastrians have more freedom in Iran than the Sunnis do. Okay, certain brands of Sunniism carry death penalty in Iran. For example, what they call Wahhabism.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are labeled as a Wahhabi, you are as good as dead in certain places.
People can use that incorrectly as well.
Absolutely.
Like in Pakistan with people being
No one gets put to death in Pakistan for.
I just thought of Asia Bibi, like she was just accused of saying something without.
And
any
she was acquitted by the government.
Yes, after 8 years and death threats and her attorney murdered.
Well, there was a. If
No,
you,
I
she
don't suggest she was put to death. I just say that it's just an accusation.
no, she was rescued
Yeah.
by the law of the state
Yes.
and
Yeah, well done to her.
acquitted. There were serious accusations against her. She was thought to have broken the law.
Yeah.
Okay. And unfortunately, if you are accused of something, rightly or wrongly, there has to be due process, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There are many people accusing others falsely, but you just can't ignore accusations, right? Okay. So sometimes
I would suggest
people
that-
have to.
that as in Saudi Arabia, I think you meant, like Iran, sorry, as in places where certain people, due to religion, are giving more, more authority in their witness testimony.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody who's not a Shia Muslim, obviously, if they accuse someone of Sunniism,
Yeah.
they're going to be listened to more than the alleged Sunni, if that makes sense.
In Iran?
Yes. Because
Yes.
they are part of the
Absolutely.
the
Absolutely.
structure of the society.
Yeah, absolutely. Not necessarily part of the structure
Well, they're
because
part of
they
the state-sanctioned religion.
yes, absolutely, and that's normal. That's natural. That takes place in all societies.
I would suggest that doesn't happen in Britain. We are a alleged Church of England country,
Yeah.
or Church of Scotland.
Yeah.
But I don't suggest that happens outwardly, openly. I would suggest
No,
that
it
the
doesn't.
victim culture
It's
of
not. It's not.
liberalism
It's not part of the law.
You're
You're
more
right.
likely to believe
Yes.
if you're transgender or something that's like a buzzword.
Yes, absolutely. But it can happen in certain cases where you have the jury predominantly
Yeah,
from
made
a
up of
particular
middle
middle class or particular background, and the person on trial is from a different culture.
Yeah.
So there are hidden
Mechanisms.
prejudices or biases. So that can actually impact the trial. But this is a separate question. I was talking about
Missionaries and
missionaries peddling hate, active hate against Muslims.
Hand on my heart, I don't watch those kind of missionaries if
Yeah.
they are missionaries.
What we want more Christians talking about this. We want to see Christian love because what you see, we have Christian people and we have Christian missionaries. Okay, no, believe me.
Suggesting we're not people.
No. You are people, but
Thank you.
these are two different.
I'm really a missionary. I'm a polemicist.
No, I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to be a missionary. I mean, you can be a critic of Islam who wants to critique academically or otherwise.
My aim is to. I feel that in 2 Timothy we're called to defend the hope that is within us. But if somebody already believes they have salvation through a religion other than Christianity,
Yeah.
then obviously I need to try to let them see an inconsistency in order that you can't have good news if you think you've already got good news. You need the bad news first to be able to.
Yeah, and good news has to look like good news.
Yes.
Right? If we claim Islam is beautiful, it is merciful, and then we see black flags with ISIS,
Yeah. And Sadiq Khan allowing Hezbollah.
killing innocent people. It's not Sadiq Khan allowing Hezbollah. Even America, even the U.S. was allied to Iran and
Yeah.
Hezbollah.
No, I'm
and
saying he had
In
questions
Syria,
in the
Syria,
London
the
Council,
U.S.
he wouldn't answer
the US and Hezbollah were working together in Iraq as well. I don't know what happened recently. They turned against each other, right? So politics is a very dirty game. Okay, these labels are not always accurate. We have to look at the actions of the people, right, to judge people. Okay, yeah. Why is it that these groups are called terrorists? Okay, and people who are committing bigger crimes than they are given honorable titles.
I think.
Okay, so it's very unfair.
Religious terrorism, there needs to be certain criteria legally met, whereas the word religion, for example, isn't a legal criteria and it can't really be legally defined.
No, terrorism, I believe, is terrorism. Whether it's religious or secular. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that you need to be declaring a faith and committing an atrocity to be termed like a religious terrorism. You know, like
I don't think terrorism has a religion. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. If there's
scripture that advocated it.
no, you can twist scripture. You can twist the United Nations charters. You can twist the British law. David Cameron did.
No, not twist.
Trump just last week he burned someone alive in his vehicle. Rightly or wrongly is another question altogether. This was an extrajudicial killing of a general, a decorated general from a conventional army.
Yes.
I don't like the guy.
Okay.
I never liked him.
Right.
Okay, but he was burnt alive.
Okay, my 2 points.
You see,
would be,
this is
you're
this is the world we're living in.
I know that. You're talking, it's under the control of Satan. That's what Christianity teaches. But you're saying that bigger crimes are going on. And I would suggest if the only definition is inspiring terror, then financial crimes would be terrorism, because to decimate a country's economy
Absolutely.
and have those people
I agree.
terrified of starvation.
I agree with you 100%.
Financial
There can be
That's why there needs
there
to
can
be
be
distinction.
moral terrorism, there can be social terrorism,
Yes.
there can be financial
And my
terrorism.
other point was that it's not about twisting scripture; it's misinterpretation on the point on the part of the terrorist.
Yeah.
If they believe they find something in the Torah or the Quran or the New Testament that justifies their actions, you need to prove that they're wrong. If they're
Coming back to
religion.
our main question, do you think there are Christian preachers who pretend to be missionaries? Okay,
Just
they are.
to
Do
be
you,
hateful.
do you think no? Do you think they are actually instigating terrorism against Muslims?
Oh, genuinely, I've never considered it. I know that the Ku Klux Klan claim.
No, they're not
religion.
missionaries. I don't class them as missionaries.
Okay, so Southern Baptist.
I'm talking
Church is
about
the only-
I'm talking about people like David Wood.
No, I don't say that about him.
Okay, Robert Spencer.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't know much about.
You know, Robert Spencer was quoted by
Do you mean the guy who wrote the book?
Breivik.
Yeah, there's Richard Spencer, the right wing.
no
guy, and
Robert Spencer,
Yeah, he
who
works
claims
with
to be a
David
Christian,
Wood.
by the way. I don't think he's Christian,
I
but
think he's Jewish.
no, he's Christian. He claims to be a Christian.
Okay.
I had a debate with him.
Well, only God knows. That's my other point. When
He
people
claims
say
to be.
you are,
I'm
you
very
aren't.
careful with my words.
Yeah.
He claims to be a Christian. I don't know how Christian he is.
Yeah.
I don't know how Christian people like David Wood are.
So
I don't
do
know
you
how
see
Christian.
On the other side as well, do you see Islamic alleged apologists who are?
Give me names and I'll tell you
no,
whether.
No, I
yeah.
don't know it because it's not a subject that I've looked
I-
into. I'm just saying, do you see that it's on both sides?
I don't see anyone who is allowed online currently to peddle his hate against the Christian community.
What about
There is
the
not.
Jews? What about Hezbollah on Twitter? And in their mission statement, it talks about the eradication.
I
of
believe
Jewish people.
Hezbollah is a terrorist organization.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Why are they
they're
allowed?
on
Amazingly,
Twitter.
amazingly, this is the question I should be asking you.
Why?
ISIS
Okay.
accounts,
Represent Twitter.
ISIS accounts get hit immediately.
Right.
Someone comes, puts ISIS propaganda on Twitter, gone
Yeah.
immediately.
Yep.
Why is Hezbollah tolerated
I've no
by Twitter?
It's a question I'd love to be
yeah,
answered
please
by
do
Jack
look into
Dorsey.
it. Do look into it
Well,
because
I'll never get to speak to Mr. Dorsey. I doubt it because I don't use Twitter.
it's not even Mr. Dorsey. It's CIA. It's,
Well, no, but I'm
it's
saying he's
Western political
he's
establishments.
responsible, even though
They
America-
seem to be in bed with a lot of these militias.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, apparently
so
they're unbiased, but that's clearly false.
okay, so the point is now, show me an open Muslim activist, someone who is to this day allowed to peddle similar rhetoric, like
Online.
David Wood, like people like
I wish you
Robert
wouldn't keep
Spencer.
using him because I don't agree with your premise. But
Sam
what
Shum-
about people
is
like
this-
Anjem Chowdhury?
He's
I don't
in
say to
prison.
this day-
He's
No,
in prison.
is he
No,
in
he's
jail?
out. He's out, but he's
Is
not
it- do
allowed.
they have a
He's not
revolving
allowed
door
to
for
do
him?
public speeches. He doesn't have a
But he
YouTube
can-
account.
but
He
can he
cannot
speak-
anymore put out his content
So we are
online.
talking about online.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Why are these people allowed? Have you ever thought about this? Why
Yeah,
are
because I don't
if
see any
if we
interest
replace
there.
if we replace the word
Can
Muslim,
you reference a video where he advocates hatred against Muslims?
the entire channel?
No,
Go-
I've watched it frequently. I've never, I genuinely, as an, I can be unbiased in that respect. If I thought it was so, I would say so.
So
I haven't heard
you
him.
think mocking Muslims, making them look stupid,
He's
making them
normally mocking Muhammad
yeah
and the
yeah
religion,
mocking
not Muslims.
mocking okay mocking
His best friend was a-
if you mock the mother, you mock the children. It's as
Muhammad's
simple
not
as
your
that.
mother.
If you no he's more than our mothers.
He's the father of your religion.
No, he's more than you see we have a hierarchy in Islam
Yeah, I know.
of love, hierarchy of love. God,
Yep,
the creator of the heavens and the earth,
yep.
then prophets, okay,
Specifically Muhammad.
specifically Muhammad and others, Jesus, Moses, David, Solomon, all of them we love them,
Yep.
okay, then mothers,
Right.
then fathers, and then your immediate family,
Yep.
okay,
And then wider
then
Muslims.
orphans, the people we are supposed to honor. This is from a verse from the Quran. It is in the Quran, by the way.
Can
Okay.
I ask
Yeah.
then,
Okay.
in practical terms, in terms of defending the top two tiers of that hierarchy, so as my understanding is, and I don't know whether it's specific to Sunni or if you decide or declare that you have left Islam, I believe that you get a certain cooling off period and the chance to reconcile yourself to the faith. Whereas if you slander the Prophet, you can be eligible for immediate, like quite terminal
Where?
punishment. This is what I'm asking you. I don't know if it's specifically. I would imagine places like Pakistan, you don't get on very well, like shouting at Muhammad is a such and such. Do you
No.
see what like?
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
if
It's
you
against the
leave
law.
Islam,
Yeah.
which is it's a kind of an insult to Allah, but you get.
No,
that-
it's not an insult to Allah.
Well,
no.
you're saying he
no,
doesn't.
no, no, no. I'm
He's
fine.
not-
Seriously. What is it? Coffee? No. I had coffee. It's gonna upset my stomach.
So I
Yeah.
would just question whether or not that's a form of shirk.
Leaving Islam is not insulting Allah. If you don't believe in Allah, it's not necessarily directly insulting Allah. If you leave Islam and say Allah is X, Y, and Z, then that's insulting Allah. Okay. But if you leave a faith and it's your personal thing,
Apostasy laws, though.
yes,
Surely
yeah. What about them?
So if you can be killed for leaving your religion.
No, you don't get killed for leaving your religion.
Okay,
You can leave your religion
what's
and
the
keep it to.
death
You can
penalty?
okay. How do you know someone has left religion?
If they're either accused of it,
No.
and the accuser is thought to be trustworthy.
Okay, how does someone accuse you of leaving religion?
I imagine that most of the deaths that occur due to apostasy. So, for example,
Where did these
I'm
deaths?
Give you my example. For
Oh
example,
no, you just made a claim.
Yeah,
Deaths.
I'm
Where did
giving
these?
you them.
Yeah.
So just on a like a street level, societal level, without the sanctioning of the state, honour killings. The implication is that the child who has dishonoured the family is not following Islam correctly.
No,
Has
it's
brought
got
shame.
it's got nothing to do with honor killings.
Okay,
Honor
so
killings,
let's put that
honor
aside.
killings is a cultural phenomenon. It exists in all cultures.
Okay, so is there the death
here,
penalty for
do
apostasy
you know?
in Saudi
Do you know
Arabia?
most deaths in Britain are caused? Most women, in particular, die of honor killing in Britain. Are you aware of that?
You mean most honour? No, I don't understand. No, most women die
Most-
of old age and heart
No,
disease.
most women who are killed. Sorry,
Oh, right, yeah, murdered.
most women who are killed in Britain are killed by their partners.
Oh, that's not honour. I see what you mean. Domestic abuse.
Why
Domestic violence.
why does it happen? In most cases, if you go and see, is there cheating involved? There is something like that. Okay,
Or violent men.
you may not choose the words, or you may not call these murders honor killings, but technically they are honor killings because someone who's found his wife or girlfriend cheating and then they get angry and
And
pissed
what if
and
the
then
man is just a psychopath? What if the man is
absolutely,
just a violent,
absolutely, there are
drunken
cases
oaf?
like that, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, so we're getting
I'm
away
not
from
I'm
the
not saying.
topic.
So
in
these are
Saudi
complicated
Arabia,
issues.
Are there apostasy laws that are punishable by either imprisonment or death? I thought there were.
I am not fully aware of the Saudi.
Iran?
Wait, I'm answering your
Yeah.
question. Okay, now these laws, okay, do not allow people to go out publicly announce your apostasy because what are you trying to do? Okay, apostasy is only known, okay, when you announce it publicly, when you're inciting others.
No,
No,
they just tell your close relatives and they go to the.
you don't have to
authorities.
tell anyone. if you're living in a country, let's say,
You just mean by
no, wait, let me answer your question. If you live in a country
Yep.
and there is a law, however stupid it may be,
Yep.
the law, you don't like it, you hate it. There are certain laws in Britain, I don't fully agree with them. I believe most laws in Britain are very fair, they're just. Yeah, absolutely, most laws are very fair, very just. Okay, some laws I don't necessarily agree with them
Yeah.
because they are counterproductive. Okay, likewise, but would I break those laws? No. I don't like certain laws. Would I break those laws? No. Why? Because I don't want to break the law of a country I'm living in, right? Likewise, if a society chooses to impose a particular law on itself, and most people are in favor of that law,
I'm not talking
wait. I'm trying to give you the philosophy behind it, right? Whether you agree with it or not, okay? Apostasy in Islam, okay, is not encouraged. Okay,
Of course not.
it is
It's got
illegal.
death
It is
penalty
illegal.
attached to it.
Okay, no, it is illegal. It is illegal. It is illegal. Okay, I'm gonna quickly answer your question and go back to our main topic. Yeah, it is illegal. Definitely illegal, right? So you have two choices. If you don't believe in Islam, what you do is you keep it to yourself and don't go public, make public speeches. Don't go on Twitter saying I'm not a Muslim anymore. I have these reasons. Okay, this is not allowed in Muslim societies. Okay, it's very clear. Okay, this is not allowed. Like in other societies, there are other things you cannot say publicly. For example, in Britain, you cannot tweet certain things. Okay,
Yeah.
because they would
Not
be
on pain of death, though,
considered.
I would
No. I mean, of course, certain things you can say can land you.
No, not death. Only by somebody else's hands, not by the state.
So why did David Cameron drone individuals in Syria?
What, personally?
No, he ordered. He ordered the killing
not through the British civil
No,
law.
British planes, British drones
I think that's a
executed.
weak argument.
No, it's not.
So our
No,
original,
wait,
let me bring it back
no.
just slightly. So
Wait,
we're agreeing
wait.
that there are death penalties for apostasy and for a slandering of the Prophet. And I would
No,
suggest,
there are
is that a form of
there are
shirk?
death penalties in all societies for different crimes.
Yes, but we're
Okay,
talking about Islamic
so
society.
okay, why
And
do you want to
I'm-
focus on Islam and
because we're
single
talking
out
about
Islam and
religion.
not? I mean,
we're talking about hatefulness in the
no, let's
propagation of
let's
religion.
forget.
So you don't want to answer. I'm
No.
just saying, do you consider it a form of shirk to have the same penalty for leaving Islam as for insulting the Prophet? Like, do you
No,
see my point?
I am saying, if you listen to me carefully, I'm saying, if in a society there are laws, however brutal they may be, you may disagree with them,
Yeah.
right? There are laws in a society. For example, if you go to certain countries in the Middle East, you cannot walk around, dressed revealingly, right? You'll be arrested. You don't have to like the law. Okay, you have two choices. Either you go by the laws of that land, like we the Muslims and others have to go by the land, the laws of the land
Broadly,
here.
I agree
Okay,
with what
okay.
you're saying.
So we agree.
But I don't agree with the death penalty in
You don't have
general.
to. You don't
No,
have
I
to.
don't have to,
I-
but no. But if there are versions of Sharia within my country where my law is allegedly supreme, and we can just forget the EU because we're not actually supreme at the moment or sovereign in our own lawmaking, then I suggest that it's my concern.
It is very clear to me that you don't like certain laws in Islam.
I
There's
don't-
no problem with
I don't
that.
like the death penalty in Western secular society.
but it does
I don't
exist.
like
It does exist for
But then
certain
there should be
crimes.
genuinely good reasons.
No, but-
and hardcore
But
evidence.
philosophically, me and you, we can both disagree on that topic. On
you
death,
agree
you want
with
to
the
talk
death
about death penalty?
Not particularly.
Yes.
I think
I
that's still
agree.
fine.
I agree with death penalty for certain crimes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Anybody can say that for
Yeah.
certain crimes.
Yes, absolutely.
There must be a cut-off point where you say this person is unredeemable other than by Jesus. Like you, as a society, we can't tolerate this person costing us hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds to keep them and they can never be let back.
Yeah.
into
Let's
society.
talk about one particular example quickly so that we can go back to our issue. Breivik.
Yes.
He killed over 70 people in Norway.
He did.
Norwegian laws are very liberal.
Yes.
Okay. So he was arrested. This is not. It's not helping in any way. We're still having our
That's what he does
conversation.
every week.
Okay. So just
It
keep
was helpful.
keep.
It was
Okay.
helpful.
I know this hadith by heart. Do you want me to Arabic? I know the and yeah. So I'm gonna focus. So right. So okay.
just read it.
Okay. So did I deny that?
No.
Thank
At
you.
first
So,
made it
so
sound like
you
apostasy wasn't really like a.
Muhammad says
You said,
kill.
well, if someone wants to leave the religion,
Muhammad
it's
says
not
kill.
it's not an insult.
I am.
to Allah. Anyway.
Did I deny that in certain Muslim countries
No, not
the law of
eventually
apostasy is there? You can disagree with that. You're a human being. You have feelings and emotions. If you don't like a certain law, if you don't like a law, you are free to dislike the law.
Yes.
But going to that country,
What about the people of that country
wait,
they
going to
disagree?
that country with the intention to break the law, who is at fault?
Well,
Who is at fault?
I
You
think
know,
it's
you know there's a law in a country. You don't like the law. Don't go to the country and break the law.
It's circular because there are two prongs.
Yeah.
One, I am already an apostate because according to Islam, I'm born a Muslim. So therefore, I'm no longer a Muslim.
No, you're not an
technically.
apostate. We have term in Islam that someone who's a non-Muslim. You're a non-Muslim.
Also, I'm talking about the people of that country. If they're run by imams, obviously no country wholeheartedly supports its democratic.
We were
or
going to
non-democratic
very quickly. Let me
structure.
give you the
Yeah.
example of Breivik.
Yes,
Why
please.
I believe this current system has completely lost the plot. Okay, Breivik, who has killed 70 people,
Yes.
he having killed 70 people, was put in prison in relative comfort, and he was complaining about internet access and his treatment, and he will serve close to 21 years. If you half it, he might come out in another 4 to 5 years. When he comes out, he will write a book, okay, and his
may have
book will
already
sell
written it by the
millions of copies, and he will become a millionaire overnight. This is how the system works currently in some liberal societies.
Yes.
This is
And if you
madness.
don't like
This
those
is
laws,
madness.
you don't need to go to
No.